Hello, my name is Lavinia Young, and I work at St. Louis Public Library helping our customers with technology. Today, I'm going to help you get started with your Chromebook. So now that we have our Chromebook set out on the table, we're going to go ahead and update the Wi-Fi to our location. So you're going to go to the small gray oval box in the bottom right corner here. And I have a few slides that'll kind of show you what we're doing. So you'll click on that box. Then that first circle there with the upside down triangle, that is our Wi-Fi. So we will click on that once, then click on it again, and it's going to show us a list of Wi-Fi networks. Then you'll choose your connection, and if it's not an open network, it will ask for a password. So you'll enter your password, and once it accepts that, you will be connected to the Wi-Fi. So once you're connected to the Wi-Fi, then we can go ahead and log into the Chromebook. So right there in the middle, SLP, St. Louis Public Library, there's a little arrow right there under it. You click on that arrow, and then first it gives you a notice. And if you see there, I'm gonna circle it, I have it circled. Your internet session will be cleared when you sign out. This is the first notice to let you know that whenever you sign out of the Chromebook or are signed off of the Chromebook or close the lid of the Chromebook, it will end your session and clear out all the work you've been doing. So I'll make sure I show you how to save everything that you'll need, so even if it clears it, you'll be able to get back to it. Now we have our terms of service. You can scroll through that. In the box on the right, press the blue button that says accept and continue. And now your session has started. So we'll go ahead and show you how to use some of the accessibility features really quick too. So we'll go back to that. We'll go to this gray circle on the left bottom corner, which is our launcher. We'll click on it. And then we'll click on settings right here. Okay. And then we're going to go to device, and then this is something that you might need because the screen is a little bit small on the Chromebooks, so you may want to change the display size, and you can do that by clicking here and then maybe going to 110%. That might make things a little bit easier to see. And then we also have some advanced options. We'll go down to accessibility. Then we will manage accessibility features. And we'll go down, and there is the high contrast mode, which you can turn on. That'll invert the colors if that makes it a little bit easier for you to see the screen. Or you can use the full screen magnifier, which will magnify the screen, and it automatically sets at move screen when mouse touches edge of screen, which is the best one to use it at. Another thing that's really handy, I'm going to go down and show you, is where under mouse and touchpad, show large mouse cursor. That's a really good one that I even like to use. So, if you do that, it goes all the way to as big as it can go. You can keep it at that size, which will make it easier to see the mouse, and you won't have as hard time looking for it. But you could take it down a little bit by adjusting it with this bar right here. So I'm going to adjust it about halfway. So that makes the mouse bigger and it's easier to see, but it's not taking up as much of the screen. And I get a little bit more precision in my clicking. So those are the main features that are used for accessibility. Okay, So now we're going to be creating a Google account and email address. Before we get started, I want to let you know that to create an email account with Google, you will need to have a cell phone that can receive text messages handy. We will get started by clicking in the address bar at the top of the page. This is right up here. And it'll highlight in blue slpl.org, and we will hit backspace on the keyboard to delete that. Then we'll type google.com and press enter on the keyboard. Once we're at Google's page, we will click the blue sign in button in the top right, and we'll create an account by clicking on the blue writing that says create an account towards the bottom here. And this account is going to be for myself. Okay, and it's going to ask for the first name, and my first name is Luvenia, so Luvenia. Then my last name, Young, and it's auto-populating a suggestion for a username email address. I can go with that suggestion, or I can create something different that's unique to me. I think I'm going to create something different that's unique to me, so I'll remember it better. So I'm going to do Luvenia. And one thing about Google to remember is that a lot of the usernames that are pretty common are taken. So you might have to try a few times to find one that's available. So if I just do my name, Lavinia, and then I click outside of the box down here in this open white space, it tells me that username is taken by someone else. So I'll have to come up with something that's a little bit more unique. So since I work for SLPL Library, I'm going to type in SLPL, St. Louis Public Library. And we will see, yes, that one is available. So my email address will be LUVENIASLPL. This little A with the circle around it is called the @ symbol. Gmail.com. And when I type this out, it's going to be all run together, all lowercase. Now I will do password. Passwords, you want to make sure they're unique to you. They have to be numbers, letters, and symbols. So you'll want to make something that's at least 8 in length when you combine them all, numbers, letters, and symbols. So for training purposes, I'm just going to create something. So I'm going to do, I'll show it so we can see it. To reach the symbols, you would just need to hold down the shift button on the keyboard and press the number that has the symbol you want to use while you're holding that shift button. So I'm going to hold down the shift button and press the number 3, and I'll get that that number symbol. And then I'm going to do number and then 1, book, GIRL, number 1 book girl. And I will confirm that by doing it again. The number sign by holding down shift, number 1, book girl. And this is not a password that I would actually use on anything. But then we'll click next once we're there. Okay, then it says for security purposes, you're going to verify your phone number. Okay, so the phone number is going to be, I have a Google account voice for junk mail, so I'll go ahead and use that one. It is 636 498 998. Then I will click next, and they're going to send me a text message with a number. Now, I do have access to get the text messages from this as well. So I will enter the number that was sent to me. Okay, and that is my verification code. I will click verify. And then it's going to ask me for my date of birth and if I want to add a recovery email address, which is optional. So I'm just going to put January 1st, 2000. And then gender, you can choose what you want to put, and then next. And once it does this, you can just skip it. And then the privacy terms come in. You can scroll down and look through that. And then once you're done, you can agree to create your account. And now you have a Gmail account. And right here, when you click Gmail, it'll take you to your inbox. Okay, so now we have our Google email address set up in our account. As I stated before when we first logged into the Chromebook, that if you do log out or if your session gets timed out, that means everything you were doing will be wiped away. So we want to make sure we save everything we do as we're doing it online in our Google account so we can come back to it anytime we want. So to do that, we're in our Gmail. We're going to go to the Google Apps, which is right here in the top right, those little circles that form a square. We'll click on those. First, we'll go to search. So G search, we're going to get a picture. A good website I like for free, non-copyrighted pictures is Pexels. So we'll actually type directly into the address bar again. So up here in the address bar, we'll type PEXELS.com. Enter on the keyboard. And I want a picture of some flowers. Okay, so we'll do flowers in the garden. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the tree. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's got a little squirrel. Nah. Let's just go with the tree one. I really liked at the very beginning. That was beautiful. So I'm going to click on that down arrow, and it lets me know that it is being downloaded and it's in my file manager. And then I'll close this. So we find our pictures, and right here that has that, with the mouse on it, has that down arrow, and that's how we downloaded it. Well, let's say I want to get a resume template as well, so I need to work on that. Let's do a search for that. So we will go back to Google, click in the address bar up top, Press backspace on the keyboard and we will type in google.com and press enter. We're back at Google search. So I will type in Word, because that's a very common used format for resumes, and resume. And we'll go to Word resume template. Now the first couple search options say add, so we don't really want to go to those. And right here it says templates.office, so that's Microsoft Office templates. We'll click on that one. Microsoft Office does give you the option to download some of their templates for free. So we'll look at a couple of them. I like this blue in here. It's got blue writing. I like blue. So I will just click download. And click OK, got it. Now I can do my editing on here directly, or I can download the template and take it with me wherever I need to go or edit it at another time. I'm going to go ahead and download it first, and then it'll be in my folder. Now, but remember what I said, if I lose my session, I lose all my downloads. So let's go ahead and show you how to save these downloads. We'll go back to Google, google.com, and then we'll click on the Google Apps, and you're going to go to this triangle one that says Google Drive. And then when you're here, you can right click on it, so that's the right side of the mouse, or if you're using the trackpad, press down with 2 fingers and that'll bring up this menu, and you will click File Upload, and this pops up and it's gonna show us all the things we downloaded today. Well, we got that image that I want to add, but we want to add 2 things. So I'm also going to do this resume, which is a DOTX file. It's got a little picture of a paper, so you know that it's a document. So I'm going to hold down the CTRL button on the keyboard, and I'm going to click on that file as well. So I'll have both of them highlighted in blue with the check mark. And then I will go ahead and click open. Okay, and they are uploading now. And now they are both saved in my drive, so no matter what, I will have them, as long as I have access to my Google account. Another way you can save them is if you have a flash drive stick, USB flash drive stick. You can also access that from the file folder, and I'll show you how to do that now. So this little file folder down here at the bottom that we showed you earlier. So I inserted my flash drive stick, and it's called Lexar. So I can open it up and see what's there. But what I'll do is go to my downloads folder, and again I'll click the flower, and I'll hold down Control and click the piece of paper. Now in the blue part, in the blue highlighted part right here, I will right click, which is hold down to press down with 2 fingers, and then it's going to give me the option to copy. So I'm going to do that, copy. Then I will go back to my flash drive, Lexar, click on it, and in the open white space here, I'm going to right click again by pressing down with 2 fingers, and I'm going to click paste. Okay, and now they are saved on my flash drive as well. So I don't have to worry about losing my information if my session times out, or if I accidentally log out of my session before I get a chance to save it to the cloud or flash drive. Well, it looks like you're ready to get going. If you need any more help, please come into one of our city library branches, or you can sign up for a Tech Connect. Just go to our website, slpl.org/tech-connect. And if you have any more questions, you can also call 314-241-2288 and ask to speak to a technology assistant. Well, thank you for joining me on this video, and I'll see you at the library.